Hey, Facebook friends and family, how are you? Cindy Ames here. Oh my God, I got something I got to share with you. I'm not going to be here long. I apologize for not being here last night. I am a hot mess. Was at the gym, haven't had a chance to take a shower. Took my mom grocery shopping, and I'm actually camping out in my daughter's room right now doing this live because my mom's downstairs watching The Bachelor in my house. And it's really loud because she can't hear very well. As you hop on, say hello. I'm not going to be here long, but I've got a message I got to share with you because how prepared are you if an emergency strikes? Like, seriously, I thought, I'm pretty good. I am so not prepared. My mother is so not prepared. She's actually sleeping at my house tonight, 87 years old. I'm so blessed to still have her, but like, she's been without power now for over 24 hours. Thank God it's not -5 degrees. As you hop on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I am a total mess. I'm in my daughter's room. I'm hanging out in her bed because the TV's so loud downstairs I can't talk and I need to take a shower. But are you prepared for an emergency? Like, we've been without power. I lost my power, and I apologize for not coming live last night. We were supposed to go to celebrate my son's 26th birthday down at the Cheesecake Factory, but the weather was so windy. I lost my power. My mom lost her power, so we decided it just wasn't safe to do. So we postponed it. So I was up without my power till 4 in the morning. I had my tablet. Hey, how are you doing, Rick? I had my tablet charged. I had candles. I was good, right? I was fine. My power came on, but my mother's has not. I went to my mom's house today. It's freezing freaking cold. I'm going to try to get through this without swearing. But it brought my attention to, like, how prepared are you for an emergency? I'm not. My mom definitely isn't. I had to use, I don't even have it, this little miniature flashlight on my keychain to get into her house, to take her groceries in that were like non-perishables, and everything else now is in my refrigerator downstairs. She's going to sleep. She can't make it up my stairs to go to bed, so she's going to sleep in the reclining chair. Thank God that, we have a warm place to stay, because I thank you guys as you hop on. Give me some hearts and love. If you find any value in this video, please like and share it. I'm not going to be here long because I got to get back to my mom. But, like, literally, I couldn't see getting into her house. There were no flashlights. This is not calling my mom out. It's just saying, like, how unprepared we are if something happens in an emergency. I always thought, because we live in Pittsburgh, I'm from Pittsburgh, right? And we don't really have hurricanes, tornadoes, and hey, how you doing, Dave? Thank you for the hearts and love. We don't really deal with, like, if you live in Florida, you expect that you're going to have to deal with hurricanes. If you live out west and it's flat, you're going to expect to deal with, like, tornadoes and such, tsunamis where you live next to the ocean. But, like, living in Pittsburgh, we get the snow. But this totally woke me up to, like, what the hell? Like, I'm not prepared. My mom is not prepared. I've been watching this woman, side note, Lois Vogel Sharp. She's on YouTube. She's an end time. And now that I've been back into, like, reading the Bible and wanting to get, just raise my spiritual consciousness, and I've been following her. Thank you for the hearts and love, on YouTube. And she is an end time prophecies, and she's a prophetess. And this isn't about her, but I've been watching her videos, and she's talking about, like, building safe havens, and this is the end times, and God's pouring his wrath on the earth, on evil, and all these kind of things, right? And I've watched some videos about, like, preparedness. So I thought, well, I have 8 5-gallon bottles of water for my water cooler. I'm cool, like, but literally driving down my mom's neighborhood, it's completely pitch black. And it just all came back to, like, oh my God, if this was the apocalypse, like, oh my God, completely dark, complete darkness, no streetlights, anything. Trying to get into her house, I couldn't see crap. I couldn't see anything. Now, my mom's 87. What the heck is she supposed to do? Thank God I'm here. Thank God she's with me. And we're blessed, but it really made me think about, like, I am so not prepared. I did a video the other day about, like, your DNRs and do not resuscitate, and having your crap in order. If something were to happen to you, you don't want to leave your loved ones behind, having to make these decisions. Well, here's another thing God's, like, I think is showing me, like, gosh, I'm not prepared for an emergency. I live on the faith, like, oh, well, God always takes care of us, and he does. But, like, seriously, I rent a condo that's up to our maintenance department to prepare us. I do prepare with food. Yeah, food, water, and flashlights. Such simple things as, like, having flashlights handy in strategic places in your house, and having batteries that operate. Having those little, because I burn candles. My mom can't burn candles in her house. She's 87 years old. She goes to sleep. She forgets. We can't have that there. So in my house, yeah, I can scruffle around and find some candles and light the candles, which is what I did last night. And I had my tablet and I watched Netflix in bed, because I had my tablet, I had my lights, I had my candles, I was good. But, like, seriously, it's something to think about, like, how prepared are you for an emergency? And I don't mean just, like, having some extra canned goods. My mom like couldn't heat up anything. Like there's so many things we take for granted. There's so many things we take for granted, and all of a sudden it's gone. Like, what do you do? I just want to put this out here because how prepared are you? I thought, I got 6-8 bottles of 5-gallon things of water, but like, and I'm okay because I have flashlights, I have candles, but how prepared are you in case of an emergency where you're going to be without power? And thank God it's not -5 degrees here. It was 50 some, but my mother's house is an ice box, and she's worried about her food spoiling. I'm not worried about that. It'll all be fine. But like if I wasn't there, my mom wouldn't have been able to get in her house. She wouldn't have been able to see. It terrifies me. So I'm just asking you to think about how prepared are you if there's an emergency. Like I do this caregiving this woman has in her house. Lives on one floor. She has these big camper flashlights, right? That are, I don't know, they cost probably $150. I don't even know, they're expensive, but her bedroom has one. The living room has one. The family room has one. It's like a big camper flashlight with expensive batteries, but if you light that sucker, you turn that on, it lights up the entire room. You can pull off, there's like 3 detachable there's 3 detachable flashlights on this big thing. It looks like a miniature fire hydrant. That's how I describe it. It's like a red fire hydrant is what it looks like. It's heavy. She wouldn't be able to lift it, but she could fiddle and pull off a flashlight. So it actually has 3 separate flashlights built into this thing. Like, I'm going to go get my mom. I'm going to order them tomorrow. Like, how prepared are you? You have to think. We take life for granted. We take all these things for granted. We don't live in an earthquake zone. We don't live in a tornado zone. We don't live in a hurricane zone. But like, nature just happened yesterday, and just with high winds, there's places all over this area that are without power still, and Duquesne Light schools have been canceled and whatnot. And like, so what do you do? And I'm just telling you, like, oh man, I'm gonna be getting those camper flashlights that are big enough to light up an entire room. And I'm thinking I don't have it. It's downstairs and my mom's watching The Bachelor, so I can't go grab it. But like I had this little teeny tiny flashlight on my keychain that I was able to, and boy, do we take things for granted. I've been in and out of her house a million freaking times. I could not get the key in. I had groceries in my hands. I'm trying to by memory, I couldn't get the key in. So I'm like shining this little flashlight. I had to put the groceries down. I know this sounds ridiculous, but like we need to think about this, people, because I know I'm not prepared. And I know my mother's not prepared, and I want you to be prepared. I'm not an expert on this. I could point you to YouTube videos like emergency preparedness. I don't want to freak people out. This isn't a negative thing, but like we really need to be more prepared in case of an emergency, because you just never know what's going to happen. And yeah, I could cut through starvation. I could cut through and eat food out of my closet and that kind of thing. But like literally having flashlights handy, having light source ready, having just emergency preparedness. And I've taken this for granted my entire life. And I'm 55. And after what I'm experiencing right now, and I'm so grateful. Like I said, my sweet mom's downstairs in the living room watching The Bachelor, and we ordered dinner, and I'm going to go and eat my dinner here in 5 minutes when I get off this live. And I apologize again for not being live last night, but I had no power, and it was just crazy. But seriously, it's something to think about. It's something, you never want to think about, but you need to prepare and plan for it. Not freak yourself out, thinking like the worst. Because I watched this Lois Vogel Sharp. I love her dearly, but like she talks about building safe havens, and it's about Christianity, where Christians are going to go and live in communities together, because she says that God's pouring His wrath on the earth to get rid of evil. And it freaks me out, to be honest. Like it freaks me out when I watch her, but I can't stop watching her, because it's like, okay, well, am I prepared? Like if for something to happen where we would lose our electricity, and not just for 24 hours, but like, can you sustain? Could you survive? Something to think about. I just want to put it out there. I can Google, I can find some YouTube videos of value that, could help you with emergency preparedness. But as a newbie, as an innocent person who's just like, oh, well, God will always take care of me, and God always will, but like shit happens. Are you prepared? And I know this little example has shown me I am not prepared, and I just want to make sure that you are. Something to think about. Having flashlights handy and in strategic places, that if your power goes out, and having candles, and having a food supply, and having things that like you could eat readily, that if you don't have a heat source, you don't have a microwave, nothing works. Are you going to be able to eat? You're able to get to. I mean, I bought this manual can opener, right? I bought some things over the past couple of months, just kind of falling low. It's like, okay, I'm going to have this, make sure it's on hand. But like your electric can opener is not going to work. Like things that we take for granted. light and heat and mechanical, like handheld can openers to be able to open your food to eat it, because your electric can opener is not going to work. Just so many things we take for granted. So many things we take for granted. And I just want you to be prepared. I know this is a wake-up call for me. I shared that video, like I said the other day, about a DNR and having your affairs in order for, if something were to happen to you health-wise and you were in a critical condition somewhere and people that love you are left behind to have to make decisions. I talked about that the other night and got very emotional. And now I just, like, this happened, and I just like, it's another sign. Like God said, you need to be prepared. I live in the moment. I preach living in the moment. I talk about it all the time. We got to live in the moment. But by the same token, like, we have to have some common sense and have, like, emergency preparedness. So that's my message tonight. How prepared are you? And if you're not, like I wasn't, you need to get some information and get yourself prepared if something were to happen. You could live in the calmest state in the country, and look, we're not prone to these kind of things here in Pittsburgh, and flooding with the rivers, of course, but I don't live near the river. I don't live in an area where, like, I'm prepared for emergencies like people that live in Florida, like I said before. So just something to think about. I'm a hot mess, but if you find any value in this, please like and share it. If you want more information, again, this doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but what I'm doing, the changes I'm making to better my life, to better my finances, please inbox me, message me, and say, Cindy, I want to know more. Or you can always call me at 484-222-3030. Leave me your name with a number, and I'm happy to reach back out to you, because I am so happy where I'm at in my life. I'm so thrilled with where I'm going. But then again, we throw a little bump in the road, and we got to deal with the glitches and deal with the stuff that comes our way. And hello, Lori, do you have your power back on? Because you're in the same planet as my mom. It was so dark driving there, Lori. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, and then there's part of where your street further down, it seemed like they had their power. So I don't know where it cut off, but my mom's street is so dark. And driving past and making a left, off a Loman and looking up your way, it's all dark. So I hope you guys are coping. I hope you're staying warm. I just thank God that it's not 5 degrees outside, that it's warmer. You know what I mean? But I don't know when you guys are going to get your power back on. I'm just so grateful that mine came back on after 4 a.m. And they said maybe Wednesday. Shit. Okay. My mom's freaking out. She's freaking out. I'm just so grateful that we have a place to stay and I can keep her kind of confined. It's horrible. Again, we never think, like, you just, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly, I feel so, I don't want to say stupid. I just went with the flow. I just thought, well, this stuff happens to somebody else. It doesn't happen to us. It doesn't happen to me where I live. And that's just pure, it is stupidity. I hate to call myself out, but it is stupidity, because regardless of where you live and what's going on, and thank God for that. I'll keep you posted. Thank you, Lori. We need to be prepared. We need to be prepared and just have basic emergency supply. I don't have a medical kit in my house. Like, I don't have a first aid kit. I did when my kids were younger. I had one in each vehicle. We carried one. I was so, like, prepared as a parent when my kids were living here, but I'm by myself. Like, I actually grabbed Band-Aids from my mom's kitchen table. That's how bad I am. Grab Band-Aids from the kitchen table to bring over and because I don't even think I have Band-Aids. Like, I'm so not prepared. I got to get my act together, and I just want you to do the same. Think about it. Take a look at your house tonight. Take a look at where you live, and think about if something were really to happen. I'm grateful for underground utilities. Okay, Rick, that's awesome. Think about your situation, though. Take a look around your house and where you live, and take a look at, like, if you really were to be, I'm sorry, my legs are cramping up, without power, without heat, without, like, are you prepared? And would you be able to be okay for 24, 48, 72 hours? If you were stranded in your house and you couldn't get out the door, would you be prepared? Because luckily we didn't have the snow with the wind and everything else. Then my mom, I might not even be able to get to her. It just scares me. It's just a wake-up call. These things have been happening. I just feel like God's showing me, and I just want to share it with you. And if you're interested, I get nothing for this, but, like, if you're interested in, check out Lois Vogel Sharp on YouTube. She's a little out there, but she tells it like it is. And I'm telling you, she talks about these end times and where we're at. And I'm new to the Bible. I've told you guys, I'm new to reading it from, I started with front to back, and I can't do that. I hop around. And I know you would get her, Lori. Thank you. She's with me now. She's downstairs eating Pizza Palace. She's having gnocchi watching The Bachelor, blasting the TV, and I can't even. Thank you, Rick. You two have a blessed night. I couldn't do my live down there, and I need to take a shower. I'm growing things. I feel so gross. But anyways, I hope you guys get the message. I hope you know where I'm coming from. I just want you to be prepared. Take a look at where you're at, your surroundings, and just think about, what would you do, and take the necessary steps to be prepared. Because I know my mom's not in her house, which is why she's here, and I'm so grateful that she's here with me. But I'm not really even either. I don't have a first aid kit handy. If God forbid something happened and I got hurt and I'm by myself, you know what I mean? Just something to think about, guys and gals. I love you with all my heart and soul. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. I apologize for not being here last night, but had no power. Had to conserve my battery power on my cell phone. All right, guys, I'll be back hopefully, God willing, tomorrow. I love you. Mwah. Good night.